Hello, hello, YouTube players. Look, we're back in Napoli Pizza. The oven is just over there, the wood-burning oven. Let me tweet out to Twitter. Okay. Hi, I forgot my glasses. You know what? I don't care. Why? Because I would have climbed up a bunk to go and get them, and I said, no, don't feel like it. We'll do it live. Some of you might know what that is. Fuck it, we'll do it live. Yeah, and I asked myself, well, actually, Casa Bonita is just next door, but Casa Bonita doesn't take credit card for payment, they just take cash. And that's why we're here at Napoli Pizza. Reason being is I want to limit the spare dongs that I might have, and I don't want to have to like just buy stuff to get rid of stuff. So I'm trying to conserve like my walking around cash and just pay for things as I go. Hence, and the food is good here equally as well. Plus, I think I could go for another pizza. Not sure which one yet. I could go for a simple margarita because I could use the basil, but if another pizza has basil in it and meat, I just might go there. I'm looking. So I don't want a tuna pizza. I've never tried one, but I don't want to risk it. And pepperoni pizza is just tomato sauce, salami, and cheese. So beef, nope, that seasoning's not there. Napoli is what I had yesterday, I think. Mushroom, yeah, bacon, olive, onion, salami, cheese, tomato sauce. And spicy chicken. Chili onion. You know, I've had Mexican pizza in Fukuoka. It was delicious. Prosciutto. Local pizza. It's German sausage, beef, tomato sauce, cheese. Nope. Teriyaki chicken pizza. Again, sounds daring. Bacon cheeseburger pizza. Nope. And then there's supreme pizza. Mozzarella, salami, sausage, mushroom, green pepper, tomato sauce. Do I want the supreme pizza? It seemed quite filling. Maybe I'll try just the margarita, the small. Oh, wait a minute. Do I go for pad thai instead? Because I had chicken lemongrass. And I'm gonna have a tiger beer. Okay, I think we're gonna keep it simple. I did not get the margarita pizza that I felt I was entitled to. Yes, God damn it. Every now and then, one feels entitled to something, especially if one is refused or one is made to think that's what they're going to get, but that's not what they got. I'm talking about you, Tamcock, whatever that little place was. You lied. You lied on the menu. Hi. Yes. I'm going to have the medium margarita and the tiger beer. Yep. Thank you. Yep. Chop. Hop to it. So that settles that. And there's a place just down the road called Secret Garden, and there was an amazing singer, guitarist with a saxophonist, and they were just so good. They had a fence, and they're right there on the sidewalk, so I was right behind them. And unfortunately, I was filming with this camera, which has no memory left. I was trying to send it to my friend MJ by line, and I did like the first song, which captivated me. And then for some reason I lost that file, wasn't able to send it to line. And I tried the second song, and again the phone clapped out before the song was over, and I wasn't able to capture. So it was like one of those things, like the tree that fell in the forest, but if you weren't there to record it and save it, did it really happen? But I walked by tonight and I didn't hear anything, so maybe their set is maybe only later, or maybe it was just a one night appearance, but it looked like a really great place for live entertainment. Maybe on our way back we will catch something, who knows? So let's have a oh look, good old trusty Tiger beer. The Saipan beer is pretty good, but Tiger beer is just 5,000 dong better. So we went with Tiger. And there's a wood burning oven here. It's like a little beehive. And you know, they put it in the traditional way. So they had training of some kind. Not to worry, not to worry. Let's see if Twitter got our oh look. So Eamon is a gentleman who actually, he has like a whole what is this little place where they have a lot of insects and you incubate them, and an insectarium, like a homemade insectarium, but he also raises geckos, all kinds of frogs, exotic animals. And he's been live streaming them when we were on Periscope. It was a fascinating channel. It would be like perfect Saturday morning, like science, like watching little bugs in their little, he would have like a little microenvironments suited for incubating and rehabilitating and all kinds of things. Anyway, so he's still active, luckily on Twitter. And I asked him about, he had a video of a mantis. He breeds many types of mantises. And there was a mantis eating, and these little things with their tiny little mouth, they can saw through insects like there's nothing, like they're a little chainsaw. And I have no idea how it works. So I asked him, does he have any like macro footage of that? And he sent me almost a real-time answer. But he's looking to get better equipment to really do his own photography. This guy is amazing. So I can't wait. His name is Amin Art, A-M-I-N Art, or at Amin Art on Twitter. Go check him out if you don't follow him already. And if you have kids that are interested in nature, he's perfect. Perfect, like an educational source, because he really does present things in a very kind of interesting way of learning. Okay, so I'm just checking on things. To absent friends. So I'm appropriately dressed for the weather. It's been overcast today, a little bit on the chilly side, which is fine. It's sweater weather. There you are. Oh, is that what it is? Oh, is this one from Shrek? I couldn't remember where that came from. I'm on vacation. It feels so good just actually feeling like you're on vacation. Being on vacation is not the same thing. Feeling it while you're on vacation, those are two things that have to coincide. And it's like riding a perfect wave. You have to ride it and you hope it's going to last. It's still ongoing. It's a long wave. Yeah. So we are good to go on Twitter. And let's see how we are doing. I'm going to turn down the volume. Yes. There we are, live. Being meta. Nice backdrop. I like the little nod to Hoi An. Hoi An is my second favorite Vietnamese town after Dalat. And then I think my third may be Da Nang, which is a modern city, but it's well civilly engineered. And there's some really good eateries there within reachable distance, either by grab bike or your own motor scooter. And they have a really nice walkable beach property, which the sound of the waves coming across on the shore are idyllic to getting you into that by the sea frame of mind. And the sunsets from the Lady Buddha, very nice. And from the Lady Buddha you can get to Monkey Mountain, which I haven't been, but I was close to. Besides, there are monkeys at the Lady Buddha that come at dusk. Okay, let's see if anyone's on Heckle. And I had a successful meetup in Da Nang. I met John Sabot of Far East Travels. If you don't know who John Sabot is of Far East Travels, I believe it's fareasttravels.com or johnsabot fareasttravels.com. Just put John Sabot, S-A-B-O-E, John, in Google and you'll get his links. He's an expert travel vlogger, professional radio voice, also a tutorialist for doing really good quality live streaming for hire. So there's that. Anyway, I contacted him and asked him if it was possible to do a meetup. He was agreeable to it, and it really went well. We didn't do any live streaming because I think he's been outside of Canada for a while, so he might have been starved for, just like local Canadian Anna information or point of view from Canada. And I come from a different part of the country that he's from. So he was able to kind of ask questions that he could get a direct answer to. And yeah, there was no real need to, let's say, hey, why don't we show our live stream community our funny mugs and then, mug it up. But I'm glad that it didn't need to come to that. And it started well, middle part was great, and it ended well. So he's on Instagram as well. So if you need to send him a direct message, that would be the best place to do it. Follow him on Instagram and you can DM him there. John Sabo, Far East Travels. So nobody's live on YouTube, on Heckle. So it's just apparently me. I could do a simulcast. I could go on Heckle because I can. Because I got like a spare battery. Oh, wouldn't that be funny? And I have a little prop here. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to take out some spare nappies. And I don't know if I can show my... Yeah, let's do that. I haven't done that in a while. Or if ever. But we're going to do it tonight. In case somebody comes on live. And there are more chances with two platforms. There we go. And yeah, got location on. Let's see if we can. Yeah. I think we're cooking with gas here. Let's try and make this a little taller and a little more. I have enough. Okay. Simulcasting. Why? Because we can. Hopefully I have enough battery. And this, I can at least see the two things. So, hi, Heckle viewers. I'm also live on YouTube with the Twitter notification. So, and this one's going to be a vertical one just because it works out better. Because I can put me food on display. There's a wood burning oven behind me, and they make authentic Italian pizza. And I've ordered the original pizza, the margherita, designed by Queen Margherita of Naples, if she was considered a queen. And it's basically pizza dough, tomato sauce, basil, and like a mozzarella cheese, or nowadays they use bocconcini, which is like a very baby, easily meltable mozzarella, which you just make, it's little round balls like the size of an egg, and you slice it and it just melts beautifully. That in of itself would constitute a margarita, which I did not get at Tamcock. Very disappointing. So not one to be denied. We're gonna have a margarita tonight. And cheers to Tiger Beer. So I wonder who will come in the live first. Will it be YouTube or will it be Heckle? Camera 1, camera 2, which one? It's camera 3. You both don't get the prize. So tonight is my last meal on Cadba. So I was given the wrong impression by some very disgruntled, negative Google reviews on Kappa Island. People saying garbage, and people saying like there was visible garbage, there was like construction, that it was overpromised, under-delivered, and I saw none of that. So I have to kind of remedy that. Cat Ba is a marvelous destination in Vietnam, and bonus, it's a lot more affordable than Ha Long Bay. And just for future reference, Ha Long Bay will probably be inundated with Chinese tourists once they get their travel situation figured out, and Korean tourists, because there's just so much on that waterfront on the Ha Long Bay proper that there's an amusement park, there's so imagine it just being like swarming and expensive considerably, considering so there's that. So Cat Ba is a lot more affordable than Ha Long Bay, and right here in the harbor there is a ATM by the Agricultural Bank, which only charges a nominal fee of 22,000 dong for a cash withdrawal. That's less than $1 fee. That's it, just $1 or less than. So you have to be mindful of that, because certain ATMs will charge a small percentage on the amounts that you take out. It's very odd. At least I think that's what it came up to, and I thought, no, give me my card back. There are some ATMs in the Hanoi airport. I think it was the National Bank did not ask for a withdrawal fee. So they do exist, but they're harder to find, and especially in outlying, like smaller secondary type cities, you might not necessarily easily find a no fee ATM. So just check, be careful of that. And for me, I'm going back to Hanoi tomorrow, and I still have funds that I can convert into dong, that I can go to the Hang Back. It's the jewelry street, Hang Back, in the old quarter of Hanoi, near Ho Nakim Lake. And the particular jeweler shop that I prefer going to has exchange on the window of their jewelry shop, and there's this. When I went there, unfortunately, I wasn't on a live stream, but there was this cat inside that just really sidled up to me like I was made out of catnip or something. It was really strange how affectionate this cat was to me. It was just like, what's with this cat? I've never had a cat like react to me in that way before. So I'm going back to Hanoi tomorrow, and maybe I will return to Hang Back Street and see if the cat's there, because I think the cat's only there when the lady is on duty. When the gentleman's there, I don't think the cat's around. Thank you. So my margarita pizza has arrived. And we shall show you guys. Look at that. Yes, I'm deserving of an authentic margarita. Luckily, I didn't order anything else, and this is a medium one. So I definitely would not have been able to finish off a large one or anything else. Like, you know, I was tempted by a pad thai, a curry pad thai, but I resisted because this is basically to make up for the margarita pizza I did not get but ordered in Tamcock. Yes, I hold a grudge. It's okay. I'm expecting a bigger burst of basil. Maybe I just didn't get a piece of basil. I see one now. Let's see, because basil grows here in different varieties in Vietnam. And you know what? I did not burn the roof of my mouth. When you eat a pizza fresh from the oven that's too hot, you burn the roof of your mouth from the melted cheese that's hiding really hot tomato sauce. Now I'm getting the basil. You know what? I gotta give. There's a little pizza place in Montreal, and I believe he's Indian or from the Indian continent, and he married a Mexican, and he has this little pizzeria in the neighborhood near where I live in Montreal, and I think his margarita might slightly be better. But the wood burning oven here is a nice feature. But for some reason, the artisanalness might be lacking. I don't know. But this is Vietnam. This is not Italy. So you have to give that props. And you never had this much cheese on a margarita. That's why they use bocconcini, because of the way it melts and it leaves little pools. And it leaves the basil and the tomato sauce just to do their thing. That might be the difference. I think if you have cheese that swarms everything, it has a way of canceling out the basil and the tomato. But the pizza dough is without fault. Yeah. Yeah. I've had, it could be they don't have a particular variety of Italian basil. And it's Vietnamese basil. Which just isn't making the proper combination. But hey, not a disappointment. It's just that it's good to know that, hey, there are places that can really make it somewhat better. And I know the difference. So I will go back to Montreal and I might have myself a margarita pizza now that the memory is pretty close. Just to confirm, and in this pizza place, I actually live stream from, and I might actually show the owner this video, just to make him feel good, that even though he's not in Vietnam in an exotic location with a very apt wood burning oven made out of brick. He can hold his own. The last time I was there, I didn't order a margarita. I ordered the Mexican pizza, and I think it might have been from, with maybe his wife helped him design it properly because it was also really good. So the Naples special pizza I had last night was somewhat better here. But I'm okay, I'm good. So, I'm somewhat surprised that both Heckle and YouTube, I have no live guests. It's 8 in the morning already, so people are waking up, and I'm almost half eaten my pizza. Of course, I probably am good for another beer, so you guys might come in like after the fact. And I think this is the most cheese the most enjoyable amount of cheese that I have eaten. In a meal in Asia, because you don't come to Asia for the cheese normally. Okay, that I got a hit of basil. It was good. Do. But asking for bocconcini in Vietnam is asking a lot. So I'm not sure where they source their mozzarella, but I expect it's probably sourced locally, because if you were to import any kind of cheese, you probably pay double for it, like, because there's a weird duty system here in Vietnam. And they do have cows, but I don't know if they're known for their milking ability. But let's say if you were an entrepreneur, you would know that Europeans and Americans and Australians and other will pay for milk products like certain varieties of cheeses that can adorn their food. And therefore, if you were to set up your own cheese making industry, you would probably be very wealthy. Stephen, you win a prize. I'm not sure what prize, but I'm both live on YouTube and Heckle simultaneously, and I have just a few slices of my margarita pizza left to eat, and you are my first guest. And we're having Tiger beer. To your good health, Stephen. This time, yes. But you know what? It's not the best margarita pizza I have had because A, they don't have bocconcini, and B, it's possible they don't have the right variety of basil here in Vietnam. They have like really good basil, and it works well with their Vietnamese cuisine. But for margarita, it's very specific flavor, and I'll show you. Like they have a really beautiful wood burning oven, so it makes like really ideal pizza. It gives that wood flavoring on the dough, and you have it thin enough. It's perfect. But they slather it all with cheese, and if you know, like bocconcini, it's those little baby, like egg-shaped mozzarella, and when you slice them and you put them on a pizza, they just kind of melt out like this. And margarita is never slathered with cheese. There's always like little openings. So you have that tomato sauce, which the tomato sauce is still not quite as pronounced as like a flavorful, proper Italian pizza flavor. And margarita is so simple that you absolutely cannot miss with your tomato sauce. You have to hit it or miss it. And it's just slightly underscored. You're a New York state, so I'm sure you can throw a stone and get a decent margarita. As in Montreal, we can get a decent margarita, which I will be going back to Montreal, not that far away, and I'm gonna have a decent margarita. But this one, for Vietnam, is pretty close. They probably don't have. I know. Of course, you have good pizza there. And look, I'm eating mine I'm not eating it like New York style, right? Which is like this. But so slightly lacking. The basil isn't right, and the cheese is like slathering it. It kind of like doesn't allow the basil and the tomatoiness to but it's a good pizza for Vietnam. So I have something to look forward to going back to Montreal. I will get my margarita eventually, just not in Vietnam. But it's so much better than. I went to this place that made the shittiest. They had like frozen pizza dough with weird like texture, like that cookie cutter kind of thing. It was cardboard. The tomato sauce didn't taste anything. There was no basil in it to speak of, and they just put a bunch of cheese to hide the fact that it was a shitty pizza. And man, that was the worst meal I ever had here in Southeast Asia. And I had a lot of meals. So at least this one made up for that really sad excuse for pizza. Delicious. the brick oven, the wood burning oven, is just over there. It's like a beehive. Very nice. You know, and they serve the pizza on a wooden platter and its own little spatula. Would you like a slice? I saved the last one for you. Come on and get it. And there's Tiger beer. So, what's the weather like? I heard that it might have gotten milder. I know in New York City, my good friend Karen saying it was like 22 degrees. I guess I'm not sure what that means. It snowed yesterday, but generally when it snows, that means it's milder in terms of temperature. It's like just hovering around freezing, or just slightly below. But then it melts like a day or two later, generally around this time of year. And if it's generally snows in New York, it probably snowed in Montreal as well. So that means that there's wind and cooler today. Okay. Well, I guess I did good at getting out of Dodge when I did, for as long as I did. Because here was an overcast day, and I'm wearing a polo shirt and a sweatshirt on top of that. It's sweater weather, and I'm okay with that. Because about a week ago, we had like 7 days of rain in all of the 2.5 months that I've been here. We had 7 days of rain, but yesterday was a beautiful sunny day, and we had an all-day on-the-water excursion in and around Kappa Island. It was kind of even nicer than the cruise that I did the day before. So things went from good to even better. So I can forgive a slightly overcast day. It did not rain. And it's not too cold, and it wasn't too windy either. So we're still doing pretty good. Besides, I didn't even know I would be in Kappa today. Thank you. For some reason, I thought I had to leave today and back in Hanoi. But turns out I didn't read the calendar properly, which gave me an extra day. So I kind of hung out on the harbor front and I had lemongrass chicken, but with really good chicken breast that was sauteed with vegetables and lemongrass and rice. So that was not disappointing, because that's what I also had at that other restaurant. Their chicken was like, it must have been frozen, and then they thawed it out, for the clientele. You can't trick your clients like that with crappy ingredients. Not here in Vietnam, of all places. So when I say it was the worst meal, soon, at the end of the month, February is only 28 days this year. So I'm on a flight to Japan to connect after a 12-hour layover to Vancouver, and then another 12-hour layover to Montreal. So even though I'm in the future, I leave the 28th, and even after two 12-hour layovers, I return to Montreal either March 1st or March 2nd. Not sure which is which. Doesn't really matter. I think I can handle two back-to-back 12-hour layovers. What would be a bonus is if I'm allowed to leave the airport to tour a little bit of Narita and then to tour a little bit of Vancouver, because I have never been outside of either airports. And because the timing is such, like in Narita, I arrive at 6 in the morning and I leave at 6 in the evening. So if I were to like have 4 choice hours to just like kick around in the village of Narita, that would be a bonus. I know, it was like I had booked my flight, but there was a problem. The transfer from plane to plane in Vancouver was too short. Like it was less than 2 hours. So they canceled that on me, and then they said, this is what we have. Take it or leave it. So I took it. Yeah. What can you do? It was at the end of 2.5 months, and I figure, fuck it, we'll go live, right? We'll do it live. Except I don't have the pompadour. We'll do it live. Fuck it. It is a long layover. So I have finished. I'm gonna say goodbye to my YouTubers because none of them came into my life. So YouTubers, say hi to Steven, who had the decency to come into my live. It's like 8 in the morning in Schenectady. And so he's probably having his morning coffee and breakfast and stuff like that. What are you guys doing, huh? So I'm gonna say goodbye to you guys and thank you, the replay viewers, for having come in. Say hi, but I'm sticking with Steven, who's on Heckle. Bye for now.